It's Haan, you're watching Take Flight.
Hey, yo, what's good? It's your boy Wings and 24 Karat Kev.
Hello.
And you're tapped into the Take Flight podcast, bro. Today, his guest, bro, is from Australia, but relocated to Los Angeles before the age of 20. Came back with a diamond record, bro.
Yes.
A diamond record. Come on, it's
Come
Haan
on.
in the building. Let's go, bro.
Appreciate it.
Haan in the building.
How you doing? We have to hype up the entrance, bro. We have to hype up the entrance.
No, for sure.
How you doing today, bro? Thanks for rolling through.
Shit, chilling, man. Chilling with the guys. Ain't doing too much today. Might go studio later, but, you know, had to come through the boys, show love.
My guy.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate your time.
You were saying this is your first interview, bro, or first video interview.
Yeah, I never done an interview before.
Reasoning behind that? You just haven't got to it, bro.
I just haven't really got to it. You know, I haven't really been like focused on my personal brand. I've been just working really out there, trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
You know, time to...
It's time to kick it up a notch, bro. All right.
For sure.
You're based in the States now, obviously, majority of the time. Let's take it back to the start, bro. Where'd you grow up around Sydney? And like, what was it like for you growing up? What was a young life of Haan look like?
I mean, shit, we moved around a lot. We lived in a bunch of areas. We used to live in like Maryland's.
True.
Lived in Ride. Now my mom lives in Rose area. But shit, I was always like traveling around, catching trains everywhere. So I never really like stayed in like one area. So yeah.
Just here and there. Yeah, man.
here
man.
and there, just-
What was life like? Just chill. Life of a young kid. Were you a little ruckus, something like that?
Yeah, I was a naughty kid. You know, I was skipping school a lot. Wasn't going to school, just going to the studio, linking up with the boys.
Come on.
You know, being out doing dumb shit, but...
Life of a
now.
Sydney kid, to be
Yeah,
honest,
you
bro.
feel
That's
me?
it. Look, I read that your dad had a bit of an impact on your music side of life. Yeah. At what point did music go, you know, from just something that you like to do for fun to like something you wanted to focus on?
I mean, shit. I never really knew like the straight route I wanted to take, like as a producer necessarily. But when I was like 15, I was like, fuck school. I don't want to do school. So that's like really why I went into music, because I'm like, I just gravitated towards that because I just knew I didn't want to study.
True.
So yeah.
When did you start becoming like a part of, obviously down under, it's a small scene of people still. When did you start like linking into the music scene down here and the people around out here?
When I started making music, I was like 14, 15, and I'm like trying to discover like what's the hip hop scene in Australia looking like. So I found like Manu Crooks and all them boys, you know, Ampharos. And I kind of just started studying that, and I was like, yo, I'm trying to be part of this like little scene that's starting to bubble.
What kind of music were you making back then? Were you like producing at the time? Because
I was like rapping, singing.
Yeah.
I was doing everything. I was engineering. I'd have like some of my homies that would rap that would come to my house. You know, I'd record them,
True.
produce shit. Like I didn't like pick a lane though.
Okay, bit of this, bit of that. But you've been around.
Yeah,
You've been
yeah,
around.
for sure.
You've spoken about being underage and having to sneak into shows back in the day, bro. Like, obviously, that was a big part of your life, your young life, and you and your friends.
Yeah.
Can you talk a bit about what you were getting up to around that time and like what you think Australia can do to better support under 18s, bro?
I mean, shit, they gotta first of all like start opening up concerts and like shows to like 16 plus. I feel like at least, because when I'm like 16, I'm trying to go to all these shows and like be in the scene. I wasn't able to go. I had to sneak in them, get a fake ID, I guess, you know, all types of shit. But I would just say they gotta like embrace young people being able to come out to events instead of making everything 18 plus.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
And I got to take this moment to shout out to, I'm sure you know Lee, Lil Lee, for coming through the tee up. Shout out Lee, the little tee up
shout out Lee
events,
for
bro.
sure.
They're doing their thing and they're packing those shows out too. It just
Yeah,
proves
yeah.
what happens when you can put a bunch of under 18s into a room and the energy that comes out of
For
it.
sure. Well, I mean, shit, when I was 15, we was doing these events called Die Lit. And it was like these little parties we were doing because we were like, we can't go to concerts, we can't go to clubs. I was trying to DJ and I had my friends who were trying to perform. So we're like, let's just do our own show / party thing. And we was doing that. And it was getting like 500, 700 people coming. So it was crazy. Yeah.
Come on.
So any memorable gigs that you snuck into back in the day that particularly stick out to you right now?
The biggest one that really like impacted my life a lot was the Manu Crook show.
Which one was that?
He had like a show in like, I don't know where it is exactly. It's like near the Opera House.
The hangar.
The little hangar
The
thing.
boat thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Overseas passenger terminal.
That's
the
Weird
one.
ass
Yeah,
name.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, so he was having a show there with a bunch of other Aussie acts, like I think like BYs and like I can't really remember who else was performing, but it was like one of those kind of shows. But it was 18 plus. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just jump this show. Like, I was a massive like Travis Scott fan back then, so I was like, yo, I was really into like this mosh pit, like raging type thing. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just like jump this show, whatever. I get back there, I jump like the fence, and I jump on stage, and I just like jump straight in the crowd, like much like stage dive.
Come on.
And I was like, fuck it, like I was just full send. Back then, I would just do dumb shit, like I wasn't really thinking like about consequences or whatever. But like, cause of that, that's how I met like all those boys. I met Ziggy from that, and he hit me up from that for real.
Did he hit you up because he was impressed with your stage dive? Or like?
Yeah, he was just like, he hit me up and they're like, yo, you got crazy energy. Like, I don't know why he did that, but like they just seen what I was doing. And he actually told Leroy, because he was managing Leroy at the time. He's like, yo, you got to get this kid to be a DJ because he got mad energy.
True.
So that's like really how like that shit kind of sparked.
Started.
Yeah.
Yeah, you met Leroy. So from that brief interaction, what was your first impressions of him when you had that interaction?
Because he performed there too? I remember seeing
I don't know. I think maybe like Manu
or
brought him out. I got kicked out by then, so I don't know. Because security just kicked me out.
He did perform, but I remember that there was some controversy about it because it was Red Bull, and Red Bull can't have
underage
people that young like performing.
The whole under 18
so there was like a whole
issue
thing
again.
about it. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, shit, I didn't meet them at the actual show. Like we kind of like, I think shook hands or whatever, but that's just kind of like the interaction, which like, I guess I left an impression, and that's how I just like got introduced to all those boys, and that's how they all remember me, I guess, from that
100%.
That one show, I guess, yeah.
So any advice for youngins out there? Just
be outside,
jump the fence and stage dive. You know,
I mean, I would just say like a good example is like what Lee's doing basically is just like being out there, even though you're young, can't necessarily get into everything. Is like try and like be everywhere, like omniscient. You know what I'm saying? Like try and be everywhere all at once. And just get your face out there and just be on the move, like no matter what it is, because you might meet someone, something might happen that might change your whole life.
Facts.
Hey, trust. I've seen Lee on the cold streets of King's Cross trying to get into the Central C after party with his mum there, and his mum's like, "Can you get him in?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't really know his mum,
He's a beast, bro. Beast.
He is a beast. Shout out to Lee one time.
Yeah, shout out to Lee.
So sometime after that, you sold all your belongings, got a one-way ticket to LA to DJ for Leroy. So what was that like, especially being so young, you know, going across the world? Take us through the day that you actually left. Was it kind of just like a trip out for you? You know what I mean?
I mean, really, like, my mom was scared and shit, but I had dropped out of high school at this point. I dropped out after year 11. I was like, fuck school. Almost mad pissed at me. But, you know, I was like, I don't really got any other opportunity. This is the only thing I could think of that's big. Like, if I don't take it, I'm just a pussy. You feel me? So he's over there. He's like, come out. I got a room for you. Let's do these shows. I'm like, shit, I saved up my last dollar. I did like one DJ gig. I literally spent my last money I ever had on a one-way ticket to LA. And I just flew out there. And literally, there was 3 months I was out there. You know, I got to meet Juice WRLD, who was traveling, touring around with Juice, and just like really seeing like what it could be. And I kind of really opened my eyes to like the whole world, for real. Yeah.
What was the hardest possession that you had to sell at that time to get that plane ticket?
I'm trying to think. Nothing was really hard because I didn't really like have any like holding on to anything, but I just sold my clothes, shoes, anything I had really.
Yeah.
I think I sold my computer actually, my PC that I had that was worked on everything on. I just sold it and just like had everything on the hard drive. But I was like, fuck, I don't need
Got
this
out of here, bro.
anymore.
You can find another computer in the States. It's all good. But look,
You mentioned that your mum was a little bit scared about, you know, obviously being so young and traveling to the States. Was there a point after you got to the States that she started to realize, oh, he's actually making a name for himself and he can do big things out here? Or sometimes I feel like for parents it's a bit hard to understand the music stuff, you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah, that's the hardest part is they don't understand like what it is, because especially in Australia, no one makes it and no one gets to see the opportunity, so it's like an unrealistic expectation. But I guess when she was seeing I was out there and I was just with like big artists like Juice WRLD and everything and like living the lifestyle, she already understood like it was something, you know. But she's always been like supportive whatever I did, like even if it was something real small, I feel like she would always like, she would never like tear me down. She'd always push it for sure. Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mum, bro.
Yeah. Shout out mom.
Look, people in Australia got a lot of thoughts about what LA, what Hollywood, what the vibe over in America is all about, right? When you went over there, was it what you expected it to be? And was it something that you found hard to fit in, or was it, you know, you just pulled up and you're like, let's go?
It definitely was an adjustment. Like, it wasn't what I expected it to be, but I feel like I'm a malleable person. Like, I'm easy like to learn new things and be around new people and like just like adapt, I guess. So it wasn't too hard, but for me, I feel like to really get somewhere, you have to throw yourself in the deep end, you feel me? And like put yourself in uncomfortable situations around new people to really learn and like come out strong. If you're always somewhere comfortable, you're never gonna like evolve as a person. So that's the whole reason I feel like it was important for me to go out there.
100%. Like obviously you had the issue here of not being able to get into places under 18. When you're over there, you were under 21. Did that become like a thing that you had to push yourself into again?
I mean, really out there, if you were with certain people and the right people, you could basically get anywhere. It's not really like, they're way more lenient too. Like, they're not really strict on age stuff. You can get anywhere really. You could probably just pay like security or whatever and you get in. Yeah.
True.
That's really
true. Yeah.
So you've packed all your belongings into a suitcase. Your whole life's in this one suitcase. You land in LA. Can you tell us about the first memorable night or first memorable interaction you had with anyone over there that kind of really, you know, shaped your journey there?
I'm not too sure. I gotta think about that. Because it was like, I feel like everything that was going on out there was like happening so fast, but everything was like super like impactful to me. But I think the best things I learned or like got to see was like traveling around with Juice and like being on the jets and touring and like seeing them shows and like being behind the scenes from out there. I was like, yo, this shit really possible, you know, and seeing like what the lifestyle is of someone who's like that big.
What was it like meeting Juice? Because obviously you're a big fan.
Yeah.
So not only did you go from just being a fan, but you went to traveling, connecting on a relationship, I'm guessing on a decently close level. What was it like, you know, getting to that level with him, coming from just a little kid in Australia who, you know, would have just been idolizing this guy. Next minute you're friends with him. And is there anything that, you know, he taught you along the way that you've really like kept to this day?
I guess it's the fact that you just got to keep going no matter how big you are or what level you get at. You just got to keep going hard and like literally make it your whole life to be like this one thing and just like be in love with it and passionate about it. That's like the one thing I learned.
100%. And what was it like touring around with him, bro?
I mean, shit, it was just fun. Like,
Yeah.
you going from being a fan, just seeing everything from overseas to like being right there. It's just like, I don't know. I can't even describe the feeling, but it's just,
Did you have any interactions with him that you feel like maybe the public didn't get to see? Because I feel like, you know, as fans, we look at rappers in a certain light and we see them on stage and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? But you obviously having spent all that time with him, is there any interactions you had with him that, you know, you think that the fans haven't seen? Or
the one thing I remember him saying that was crazy that really like, I was like, all right, we could do this was when we came back. So we went over there and then like 2 months later, he was doing an Australian tour. So we had come back with Juice to do a tour around Australia. Laura was opening everything. I was DJing. I remember like the first show we did, he was like, because he never really understood like what we were doing. Like he never understood the impact of Australia. Like American artists, they don't really understand how like big Australia is, or how there's like a real scene. They always think it's like a fake country. Like they don't really understand, right? So when we came and we did this show and he seen how crazy the crowd was going, how much these kids love this, they was just like, he was just like to us, just like, yeah, like y'all stars, like this shit crazy. I was like, yeah, we could do that when Juice said that. Yeah,
That was that moment.
Yeah.
That's hectic, bro.
And I guess on a more serious note as well, obviously when Juice WRLD passed, it was big news all around the world.
Yeah.
How did you cope with that, especially, you know, someone who I guess was very formative to your journey in music and personally as well? How did you cope with that whole situation and how do you continue to cope with that today, you know?
I mean, shit, just keep going hard and like everything we do is in respect to him because it's like, without him, there's no us. The legacy he built, everyone around us, you know, G-Money, BBY, Great A as a label, like we're all connected through him. And because of like his story and what he did, we all are able to like live it on. So
Facts, bro. That's it.
facts.
Yeah, 100%. You just mentioned Great A. Obviously, that's the team you're still rolling with to this day, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You, Bibi's obviously the go-to guy over there. What was it like when you first met with these guys? Did you know a whole lot about them before you got there?
Nah, I really didn't, because I wasn't like, when I was growing up, I wasn't like super into like the whole Chicago drill scene that much or like whatever, but I really met him over there and I was kind of just like, I didn't really know what to expect. It was just like me and these two brothers from Chicago, and it's like the way they speak's all different, the way they communicate, like this, everything's just mad different, but it was cool because we always had something to connect over, just being like from two different places. It's always like a topic of discussion, you know, just like trying to understand what it's like from where they're from and where I'm from. It's just always like
two opposites.
Yeah, like even to this day, we always talk about like how different we grew up or whatever.
Was there anything that you've noticed is like they've pointed out as like the complete opposite from Australia to Chicago? They're like, bro, is it really like that over there?
I think the hardest thing for them to understand and grapple is that there was like a street culture out here or like a drill culture. So we put them to like Australian drill music and stuff, and they just couldn't understand. And they were like, wow, like our music impacted that because, you know, Chicago is where like drill music started. So yeah, it's really like, they're like, what the fuck? Everything, to be honest, yeah.
They still think it's a fake country or not?
Nah, because they've been here, but
they're on board now.
Yeah, they've been there and seen us, and they're like, wow. But to this day, they're like, that's crazy. Yeah.
How important do you reckon linking with Bibby and Great A has been to, you know, the career that you've formed now, bro?
I think that's probably like the best, most impactful like relationship I've ever had. It's because they just like taught so much. It's like they were like my big brothers. So like always teaching us every day, teaching us how to like interact with people and just like keep us work mentality on. And just really like lead the ship as a team because we, you know, we're a whole team over there. So without them, it's like nothing.
True, bro.
So, yeah.
Shout out Great A, the whole team over there. At some point, you obviously went from just being Leroy's DJ to being a full-time producer, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Were you fully DJing for him over there? Like, I know you went to do that, but did that happen?
Nah, yeah, when I went over there, I was fully DJing. I didn't even fully start producing. I always they always know back in Australia, I was like doing everything, kind of like making music, engineering, like a mix of everything, but I never like picked the lane. But a few of the boys from Australia, like Anthony and Khaled, they was telling me like, bro, you have like this talent for music and like understand music. I'm always in the studio with all these boys. Like, why didn't you just start like producing and take like that lane seriously? Because DJing is like one aspect of what I was doing, but it wasn't like this is what I want to do. You feel me? I was just like always half in it. And then when I went out there, I'm like, yo, I'm in the studio. I'm gonna just start making beats with them, and like we just started making songs, and I just started going hard with that. I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do.
100%. And that was what, like 2020?
Yeah, 2019, end of 2019, yeah.
See, it's what, just over 3 years?
Yeah.
To see the growth since then is ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm blessed.
Who do you think helped you the most when it came from, I guess, transitioning from DJ to producer? Because the goals you've hit in these last 3 years show that you've obviously one talented guy, bro. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? So obviously there's someone or a few people that have helped you around the block. Is it those are the people you just named just there?
Yeah, well, Khaled, he was like my main mentor as a producer because he's a big Australian producer. I'm not sure if you're familiar
Khaled
with him.
Rohaim. I don't know if I say it properly,
He's
bro.
got some hits under his belt. And so when I started producing now, he's already teaching me. I'm already watching him in the studio like make the shit.
Okay.
And like he's teaching me how to maneuver, also giving me pointers on the business end, like how I should maneuver as a producer and getting placements and songs and everything like that. So having someone like him really is the reason why I was able to like just go fully into it and not like be unaware of like how I should move or like how everything works. But yeah.
Could you imagine yourself doing anything different now? Like you could have taken, like you said, you're doing all these different things, but you obviously chose the path of producer, bro.
Yeah.
Which
So you're saying like something different, like like not producing?
Yeah.
Not really. I can't imagine something else, but I definitely want to move into like the more managerial and like executive side of the music industry. But I feel like I need that background in production and making music to like fuel my soul and like doing what I do.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Yeah, I feel like I'd always would have been in the world of music where it was like A&R or like managing someone, something like that. Yeah.
100%.
You mentioned before that you rapped and sang as well. Any chance we're going to get Haan back on the mic?
Nah, not anytime soon, but I definitely love that like side of me. So when I'm in the studio, when I work with artists, like my favorite thing to do is like help songwrite and just like help sing melody, come up with melodies with them, help write lyrics, structure the song. So like my background and being able to do that, I feel like helps me. But I don't see myself personally like getting back on the mic.
Never say never though.
Yeah, never say
Wings
never.
might get back on the mic too, man. I can make
We all started somewhere.
Y'all both been on the mic before?
There was a time, bro. There was
I
a
feel like everyone, you had to have a time.
There was a time, bro. I feel like everyone out here gave it a go. You know what I mean?
You got to give it a go. I feel
Before
like.
they moved, or else if you haven't given it, you don't know what it actually was like or what it takes to, the effort that goes into some of this shit before you get to that
Exactly,
level. You know
and
what
I feel like that's like the first step when you get into music. It's like you want to start rapping or something because that's what you see. Like that's the only thing like tangible that you see people do is like rapping. So like when I was younger, I only knew that was a real career was like being an artist. I never knew that you could be a producer. That's like a real career or like being all these behind the scenes people. You don't really find out till you're older. Like this is what really goes into making a song.
Facts.
And that's it. And that's a big lesson for a lot of people out in Australia right now as well. You know, a scene needs a bit of everyone, bro. They need people doing the production. They need people doing the beats. They need people managing people. Good managers too.
Yeah,
Not someone who just
definitely.
gives it a go for a second and moves on, you know. All parts. Someone doing interviews right now, you know, to create a whole culture behind it.
You need people like you to like make everything what it is.
Love, bro.
So obviously Wings mentioned that you've been producing for just under 3 years now. So to have a diamond hit under your belt is a very, very crazy accomplishment. For anyone who doesn't know, diamond is 10 times platinum in the States. So it's a big track. So obviously your work on Stay, how's it feel just to sit back and look at that and be like, this is literally one of the biggest songs in recent history, you know? Any genre.
I mean, shit, it feels unreal, but all I could ever think about after that is like I gotta get another one now, and that's probably like the worst feeling. But the biggest blessing is like now we gotta get another diamond hit, or we gotta just make another song that does that. But I think more importantly than the record, it's like everything that comes with it, comes with the music.
Speaking of Stay, before we move on too far, bro, obviously, biggest thing just yet, right? Biggest thing to ever come out of Australia in this scene. Let's be dead serious, bro.
Yeah.
It took them a while to acknowledge it out here in the awards department, but it came around. I saw you talking about that a few times on Twitter, here and there.
Yeah.
You mean X? X.
Oh, X, sorry. Bro.
X, yeah, that's the new name.
Come on, bro. What was it like? Because obviously I read about it and read that, you know, obviously Justin Bieber wasn't on it to begin with.
Yeah.
At the point where you saw or heard that Justin Bieber was getting on it, and then you heard his portion. What was your thoughts then that you're like, all right, we got a Bieber record on our hands, bro?
I don't even know. Like, what happened was the song, we made the song like a year before it came out. So it was like a demo that we made before it came out. And then Baby heard it, and this is when like Justin just started hitting Leroy. So Baby's like, "Yo, this the record out of all the records we got. Like this one you gotta get Justin on it." And everyone's like, "You sure this the one? This the one?" He like, "Yeah, this the one. We gotta get him on." And when we heard it, it was just like fit perfectly. We're like, "Yeah, this is a hit." Right when we heard it, we're like, "Yeah, this is a hit." But I don't think none of us understood like the level or like how big it would have ever been. But you know, we just like when the song itself, we're like, "Yeah, this is a hit."
100%.
Yeah,
It's history now, bro. That's it.
So another Australian production duo, FNZ, they were also on the track. And you mentioned Khaled Rahim before, giving you some words of advice and stuff like that. So being, you know, just some of the few Australian producers that are really making waves in the hip hop scene overseas, do you guys like keep in touch, like, you know, work together, this and that?
Yeah, of course, collaboration all the time, you know. We send stuff back and forth. We all got our individual camps and other individual projects we work on, but we, you know, we'll connect over like certain songs. Like FNZ, they're known for like sending out loops. I don't know if you're familiar with like loop making, but like samples and stuff. So they've been going crazy right now with like getting a bunch of cuts with like Drake and Future and Kanye and all that. So
they got a big lineup.
Yeah.
Is Khaled over there as well? Or?
I think he moves back and forth here in Sydney. I'm over here like I'm over there majority of the time. Like I only get to come here once a year, but I want to come back more often. Like start building up the Australian
come on
like culture and stuff. Yeah,
I mean, off camera we were talking about, you know, a couple of producers like 99 Hertz, Cam as well. So like there's definitely seems to be like a younger generation of producers also coming up, following your footsteps, and you know taking that leap over to LA or New York or wherever it may be.
Yeah, I've been telling all those boys, I'm like, y'all just gotta come out there, like try and even move if you can for a short amount of time, and just throw yourself in the deep end and like just take that risk. Like you might go over there, spend all your last money, whatever, but it's like the relationships you're gonna build and the lessons you're gonna learn from being on those sessions, it's just like you can't put a price on that.
Facts, bro. Obviously, with the huge spotlight you've got and you've made a name for yourself over there, bro, comes a little bit of backlash here and there. Yeah. Online, there was a whole little comment section going off when you dropped Feline.
Oh yeah,
right, about the Juice WRLD's Feline, about the mix of it.
Yeah,
but how have you gone about handling that side of things? Because obviously this isn't something a lot of people back home in Australia have to deal with. Obviously you get a little bit of hate on TikTok and whatnot, but coming at a worldwide level, how is it something that you've handled since you've got
dealing with like backlash and stuff?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, you just can never get too caught on the internet, because in the end of the day, those kids don't know like what's the family you go back to, what you got to deal with. They don't pay your bills or anything, so it's like they're just kids that have whatever opinion they want. So you just gotta like take it with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, but you know, sometimes it get annoying when it's trolling and it's like overact, but like at the end of the day, you can't really care about it, because whatever you got going on has nothing to do with the internet at the end of the day.
Facts, like. Bro. Did that mix ever get fixed? Like, did you ever find
it got fixed. That's the main thing, is that a lot of these kids on the internet, they don't know like what's really going on behind the scenes and what's really happening. So their perception of it is like never really the truth. It's always just whatever it is.
So with rap music, hip hop in Australia, I think especially the past couple of years, there's been a lot of talks about, like, you know, people making it overseas, breaking into the US, and how hard it is because of this whole accent thing that, you know, that American audiences might find it very hard to swallow an Australian accent. So coming from the point of view of a hip hop producer, how did you feel it was going over there? Do you think you were able to bypass that because you weren't on the mic? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or did you still face a couple of people who were kind of like, oh, he's the Australian? Like, was there kind of pushback in that sense, or?
No, I don't think there's any like animosity towards like different like cultures and accents. Like they kind of embrace it. If anything, they're just like excited, like, wow, you from another country, like whatever. Because in the day, in production, doesn't matter what accents. You know, if anything, we bring like some sort of flavor or a different type of sound just because of what we listen to over here. It's still not too far off though, but as artists, I would say it is definitely like a struggle getting over the accent thing, but there's ways always around it. And like even with singing, like British singers and Australian singers, they're always gonna sing like an Americanized accent anyway, so it's like I don't think it's too much of a struggle.
I don't know what you're doing over there now. Are you still showing people over there Australian rap when you get the chance? Is there still
like whatever artists I'm fucking with out here, like I'll play it over there.
And what's America? Because we hear it from all different. We get different people going there. We got R&B artists trying to show people. Yeah. What are the people that you've talked to still saying about artists out here? Like what honest opinions, bro. And like, are there any artists on people's radars out there as well, besides obviously people like Leroy or Iggy, bro? You know what I mean?
I mean, the main one I really like shows like Sahil. He's like Saxo. I don't know whichever one it's easier to say, but he's like the main kid that I kind of show people out there because he was like my little brother. But they just say it's like I feel like they would accept anything like that's kind of similar to the sound they got going on there, but I'm not too sure about like what artists you thinking about.
Look, when we're gonna think the biggest people, I'm gonna go straight to someone like 1-4 out here because
Yeah.
that's someone who I don't know. I could imagine them fucking with once the accent gets a bit.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean they fuck with like the culture in terms like when they watch the music videos, like damn, this is kind of sick. Like this is kind of like how our shit is over here. But I think the accent is just a hard thing for them to go over because the slang they use and what they're saying, like it'll go over their head, so they're not getting all the bars or whatever the artists are doing out here. But like I was saying, I think what needs to happen is there just needs to be more like international collaboration with artists fucking with Australian artists, UK artists, whatever, just like making songs together, and that's how it's gonna like leap that hurdle. Because now Central C is starting to make big waves in America, and like even his accent's funny, and they're getting used to it. But now like songs like Doja and like Drake's working with him, like I think people are starting to get like less uncomfortable with the accent.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like Australia and UK obviously fucking with each other heaps now.
Yeah.
Like we obviously love the UK so much, but at least the artists over there are starting to show the love back and fuck with all the artists over here too.
Yeah.
I guess it just takes time. Like you said, Central C is
yeah,
about to
for
jump
sure.
on some of these big records. He's
Yeah.
got the one with Leroy and all that coming out. Anyway, huge,
Yeah.
bro.
It's interesting you brought up slang as well because it's really smart how Sench did that whole LA Leakers freestyle where he was explaining British
The
slang
slang,
in the
yeah.
whole thing. And I'm like, fuck, he is actually a genius.
Yeah,
The
someone
way
got to
he
do
did
that in Australia. Someone got to do something like that.
Look, being from someone from Australia who's now working over in the US most of the time,
Yeah.
you've obviously interacted with some of the biggest artists in the world, bro. From seeing how they work and what they do over there, what do you think maybe Australia needs to do that needs to change up in, bro, how do I explain this one, Kev?
I guess just like grow the scene in a healthy way that's organic and true
put
to
it simply.
itself.
Like what? Like you saying what Australians need to do, or
Yeah.
the,
What
in
we
the
could
industry,
do to
or
help, yeah, a bit of both, bro. Whether it be the artist or the industry, something we can do to help grow the culture and the scene out here, bro.
I think there's just got to be more heavy emphasis on like I was saying, like international collaboration,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like working with all types of artists, no matter what. And then I think there just needs to be a level of like more consistency, because I feel like over there you have artists dropping like every week, almost like dropping 3 projects a year. Like Drake's dropping like 2 projects a year, singles and features. Like I feel like there's not enough like songs dropping. Like everyone's trying to emphasize on like a 1 month rollout for one song, when you're only marketing to a small crowd of people. But if you keep trying to like build a fan base, that's probably the best way. So I think everyone got to focus on like being consistent and like building a fan base.
Yeah, come on. We talk about
Yeah.
building a fan base all the time. That's number one out here, man. People
like
need
no
to
one's building fan bases these days. I feel like people are just trying to drop and like catch a hit, and they want to catch a hit.
Everyone wants that TikTok fame,
Yeah,
bro.
the TikTok hit. So it's like I feel like if you just focus on building a fan base, even when that TikTok hit comes or whatever song comes, it's like now you have the foundation
Yeah.
to help for your next single, your next song drop.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, especially, there's a big difference between just getting a hit song and people actually caring about you as
An artist.
as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like because of playlisting and because of radio and because of TikTok and stuff like this, that the difference between those two is just widened so much. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So, yeah, that's good advice for all artists out there. I think upcoming, you got to get people to care about you on a personal level as well. It's all well and good to make a hit song, but what's after that? You know?
Yeah, and I think like Americans will be open to fuck with Australian artists and being fans of them. It's just there got to be a reason, you know. There got to be something to connect to. So once there's more stuff coming out of here, and I feel like the connection, that international link up, is just gonna naturally happen though.
Come on.
And just like American labels picking up Australian artists, because you know we have some of the best exports. They're just like diamonds in the rough that we got to find.
To get them over there.
Yeah, but there's so much talent here. That's what I always say. I always say to people over there, like some of the best producers I know are from in Australia. They just have no artists to work with, or they're not getting their production out there, but they have like the best talent to me.
Just need that extra little bit of hustle or someone to make that
Yeah,
connect over there.
exactly, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, just no one can be fucked taking that 20-hour flight.
Yeah,
But look, it pays off, bro. Hey, speaking of the big links you made, obviously pinned to the top of your Instagram is your photo with Drake, bro.
Yeah.
What was that interaction like? And was there any conversation there? Was there anything, or was it just a one-off meet, bro?
it was like a one-off me. You know, it was a crazy interaction though. He was just talking. This was like right before he dropped Certified Lover Boy. So he was just talking about his album. And like when he was about to drop it, this was like when all that Kanye shit was going on. But it was just like a chill, you know, nothing too crazy. But yeah, it was just like blessing to meet Drake. He's one of my favorite artists for sure.
Come on. You've obviously worked with a heap of artists over there too. You know, Polar G,
Yeah.
Stunner Gambino is like one of my favorite dudes
Oh,
right
you
now.
fuck with Stunner? That's like
bro,
that's my brother.
so
Yeah.
hard, bro. Oh, yeah. You need to tell him to come over here next. I think I told you to tell him that once.
Yeah.
Just get him to come over.
Well, I'm
here,
trying to
bro.
get him to come over a couple weeks for the Lil TJ thing. I don't know.
Oh,
It
come
might be
on.
too late, but like either next year or something, I'm gonna give all the boys come out here and just work, because every time all the Aussie boys come over to America, all the producers, I get them all in the studio together. It's like, it's crazy link up. But yeah.
Now it's time to bring it back.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you've hopped in the studio with that even you've thought to yourself, fuck, I'm here with this guy?
Shit, like working wise or just being in the studio with them?
Oh, maybe working wise, bro. But even being in the studio, just someone that you're like, all right.
To be honest, these days I don't really get like that feeling because I just respect everyone on the artist level. I'm never like, wow, this is such and such. But I'm always in the studio just respecting everyone's like talent and just how hard they work to get here.
True.
But it's just crazy just being in the studio with anyone. I feel like it's just an honor every time.
Yeah. Tell us a little about that. I've seen you post a lot about him. I'm guessing he's one of your guys. I don't know his full name. ZZZ Sam is his Instagram.
Oh,
name?
ZZZ. Yeah. So that's the artist I've been mainly working on. That's like the main project, but super talented kid from Florida. And that's like, I've been putting my heart and soul into that, into building that. But yeah, he's next up for sure. I think he's going to be one of the biggest artists in the world.
Come on.
You said that you like to create with artists in the studio as opposed to just sending out beat packs and stuff like that.
Definitely, yeah.
I think that's a really important thing that you touched on because as a producer, how important is it to have that initial face-to-face meeting and then also just setting the vibe right before you get into the work, you know? Like how important is that to the creative process?
To me, that's probably like the number one most important thing because I mean, there's different producers, there's different type of producers. They like making beats and pulling up the studio playing them. But for me, to get the best song out of someone and like make the best music, I gotta have like a connection on a deeper level. You feel me? Like there's gotta be some sort of chemistry. I should be able to be in the studio with you and like be able to tell you like I don't like that. Mm-hmm. And certain artists, if you just met them, you can't just tell them that it's gonna be like a little disrespectful or whatever. But once you build that relationship up, where you trust each other's like opinions and intentions, that's when you gonna make the best song. Because if someone does some whack shit. Same way if I play some whack shit on the keys or whatever, they're going to be like, nah, I don't like that. And so I think that's the most important part is that relationship. The producer-artist relationship is probably the best in the studio.
Has to be done. That's one thing that people need to learn is like criticism is good or can be good if it's done in the right way. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And even any producer, I feel like because the artists will always tell me sometimes like, yo, I had a session with a producer, but you know, he just didn't say anything the whole session. Like he was just going to be like, yes. Like I want him to tell me it's bad. Like tell me like if you fuck with this, be like, nah, I don't fuck with this. But they don't. It's just like building that relationship and chemistry, I think, it comes down to at the end of the day.
So as an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid moving from Australia to LA with just your suitcase, when was that time for you when you could sit in the studio and be like, no, that was trash?
I mean, at the beginning, I definitely didn't say that, but with Leroy, it was like, because we was making music like 3-5 songs a day, just always in the studio, I'd be able to say like, yo, I don't like this, or this song's whatever. Or we might make it be eight bars into the song, and I'm like, yeah, let's move on to the next one, you know what I'm saying? So if you with someone that you've never worked with before, it's like you don't know like how they might take this. You feel me? So yeah,
100%. And in some of your interviews, you've also stressed about how important it is for upcoming producers, upcoming artists to really work on their relationship building and networking skills.
Yeah,
you stressed it a couple of times in the interviews you've made. So looking back on your own career, how were you able to, you know, not only here but also in LA, you know, shake those hands, make those meetings, make those networks? How did you go about that and really become, you know, better at that?
Like with like networking or relationship building?
Yeah.
I mean, just got to be outside a lot, but every time you meet someone, you know, try to make it a meaningful connection. Like, you know, try to not make it like whatever. So I feel like every time you meet someone, like have a meaningful conversation and really understand like where you can meet on certain things, where it's like you meet an A&R or a manager and that might be able to connect you with someone. Just people skills, I guess. Like you just kind of learn as you go. You can't really ever teach someone like how to be a better people person. I mean, you can, but you can't like tell them you just got to do it and just be around.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that comes natural more at time. Like I remember when I was young, I was a bit more shy and that. And then one day you just got to get out there and it just happens, man. Like, you just got to get in people's faces or like, you know, not rudely, obviously. And it just comes with time. Definitely. I still can't talk in front of small groups, but like this is all right. But if you put like back in school, I don't know what you were like in school.
Like school presentations?
Oh, bro. I hated that shit. Even I had a job not too long ago where I had to do like training or business meetings kind of thing. Bro, talking in front of like 10, 11 people, still not my thing. But I can still go say.
But you could do like big, you saying you could do big audiences?
100%. Bigger ones better for myself.
When it's a big crowd, everyone just gets blurry. You know what I mean?
True.
You just don't have to make that eye contact.
Come on.
So it's like the eye contact thing that
it
kind of
must
makes
be, bro. I've never really thought about it. It's just something I'm not a fan of, bro.
Yeah.
True.
I think you touched on something really important there as well. When you talked about, making that meaningful connection. I feel like that's especially true in music because you might talk to someone one day and they might be the manager of another rapper you're working with. Then 2 years down the track, they might be the head of fucking Columbia.
Exactly.
2 years later, they might be the fucking head of editorial at Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I found that 100% with myself, like my first boss in music, she now works for the people who made the 1-4 documentary for Netflix. You know what I mean? And just because we had that relationship from 10 years back, it was way cooler for us to work. You know what I mean? So I definitely think in music, you never know where people are going to end up. So always, treat everyone with, the utmost respect, and it's a two-way street,
Speaking of all the relationships, and we've talked about it multiple times, all the songs you've been a part of thus far, right? There's a heap of them, bro. I did a post about it not long ago. Go find it. Anyway, bro,
Shout out.
is there a favorite song that stands out to you that you've been a fan of, whether it's the story behind it or just the song itself, other than "Stay" because it obviously did big things?
My
But
favorite song that I've done personally. I don't know. What would you say? What's one of your favorite ones?
come on, Kingston,
Yeah, that's already out.
we need to.
Because
Come
my
on.
favorite's always unreleased. I don't be
Once it's
releasing
out,
it.
it's out.
Yeah, like once it's out, I don't listen
I
to
feel
it.
Hey,
that.
on that note, can you give us any exclusives about what's in the vault?
What's coming?
What's in the vote? I mean, just a lot of ZZZ songs and Stunner songs that I've been working on that I can't wait to come out.
Where's Stunner from? I know he's from over there.
New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Mad.
Nah,
So, what's the
well,
go-to song?
what's one of your favorite songs I did? I'm trying to think. I'll be forgetting some of the songs.
You got a lot of songs out now, bro.
I think my favorite. I think my
Kingston's in
favorite.
deep thought right now.
I think my favorite personally is probably like Not Sober.
Yeah?
Because the story behind this song and like Polo and Stunner, two of my favorite artists too. But I think I like that song because the reason we made that song is that we were in the studio and I was always known like when I'm like 17 and 18 at this time, I always drink Hennessy and Coke. And I'd always buy like Hennessy and I always, when I'm recording, I'd always have the Hennessy and Coke. So we come in the studio, I'm pouring up, he on the mic, he said, hold up, baby, roll on, It's Hennessy with the cola. And I was like,
Come
so to me,
on.
it's like a personal anthem
Yeah.
for me. So like I'll still listen to that one a lot.
Hey, Hennessy, sponsor the kid. Come on, man. Like,
Beast of a track. And the podcast too. We need some drinks out
and the
here.
way
Yeah.
Stunner came in on his verse was fucking crazy. I'm not going to try and imitate
Yeah.
it, but the way he
No,
came
no,
out
no,
of
do
his
it.
verse.
Do a little,
Come on.
show us a little.
Come on.
You got to pay me more for that, bro.
Come
Come
on,
on. Obviously, since you've been coming back, we spoke a bit before about the Central C after party and stuff, but the playground events you've been doing. So tell us about that, man, because it feels like, someone your age, you probably didn't experience Sydney nightlife without the lockout laws or the lockdowns or something just fucking getting in the way. So now that stuff seems to be like, falling back a little bit, how's it feel to, get the events out there and a lot of people coming down?
I mean, it's kind of crazy because when I think about it, I never actually I left when I was 18, so I never actually got a club in Australia till I came back and did the playground. Like,
So you came back to your own club?
basically, yeah.
That's
Like
mad.
I was going to like little events, sneaking in fake ID stuff. So it wasn't my first club experience, but like first legally being able to come back. Yeah, that was like my first time. But I'm doing it with these boys.
Come on.
And
the
the
first
playground.
one was Central C one?
The first one, we did like the first one was just like a.
That was ages after.
Yeah, it wasn't like a artist nothing, and then we did like the same week we did that one. We did a Central C one in Melbourne, Trippy Red one in Sydney. It was like during listen. It was literally this time last year.
Yeah.
But shit, playgrounds like we're trying to bring the culture, just make it turn. Like I was throwing parties and DJing when I was like younger, and it was kind of a good feeling like doing it again, but on like a real like proper business level and just throwing parties and stuff. But yeah.
You still coming through with more of those?
Yeah, we about to do some very soon, like the next week or two.
Come on.
We're gonna get some
Who is it?
announcements.
Who is it? Yeah, I don't know when this will be out, so let's just drop
Give
it
them
anyway.
exclusive. Well, we doing the little TJ one
Oh, hectic.
in a couple weeks.
Sydney?
Yeah, Sydney.
Come on.
But we about to do those and then probably set up a few more. I think I'm probably gonna get back into DJing and start
You gonna
DJing
give it a
them.
go? Yeah, why not, bro?
I think I gotta get back on the decks for one of them.
You
But
still
yeah.
over in America just playing around with it, or it's been something you've been away from? For
I've
time?
been away from since I was doing the tour DJing like shows, but because I've been just so focused on production. But like, there's something I definitely want to get back into. I just haven't like put my foot down. Like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, come on. Bro.
Yeah.
Hey, if you need a hype man, right here,
Oh my
man.
God,
Big
bro,
energy
right?
on stage. Let's go. All right, bro. We talked about everything you have done. What's like a future goal of yours? Obviously, like you've said, you look forward. You do your songs, you do your record, you move on. Is there any like goal that you haven't hit yet? Any artist you want to work with, or any just specific goal that you're focused on right now?
Damn. I mean, really, my main goal right now is to really like break Z. This is the kid I've been working on. I can't wait for the world to hear like the shit we've been making. I feel like it's gonna like change a lot of music, like the music scene going on right now. But to me, that's revolutionary. So I want to do that, and like I definitely just want to. One of my main goals in general is building like that bridge between the Australian and the American music industry. Because I don't know if I've ever spoken to you about it, but we've been signing like Australian music producers.
Ooh.
And like some of the boys you've been knowing, like right now we have like Lau, Josh O'Brien, they've been making crazy beats. So I'm trying to sign them. Well, I've already signed them, but sign more and just build like the Australian leg of like the Great A label.
So is this under yourself, your own thing, under Great A? How does it work?
Yeah, under Great A, me and my partner Nolan Riddle been working on, but yeah.
So have you got a plan to come out with a whole new sound for Australia or what, bro?
It's not even coming with a whole new sound in Australia. I'm just trying to like show that Australian artists got to make stuff that's more palatable to the global market, you know, whether it's like Afro beats, more R&B, hip hop, everything. I just feel like there's some flavor that's missing, and it all comes down to like storytelling. So I think the Australian artists got to be better at just storytelling, and like, because everyone has a story, it just needs to be told in the right way, and like you got to express it.
That's the thing. There's a lot of different stories out here. You can just be a few suburbs over and have a completely different story, man.
Exactly, yeah.
Hectic, man.
Are you looking to sign Australian rappers as well, or just producers for now?
I mean, I have some artists that I've been looking into, but right now just producers and building that up and getting them like placements with American artists and all the rappers over there. Because I feel like once you start with the producers, when they come back here, it's like now they have artists like have more spotlight on who they should be working with, and I think it's just gonna like evolve the sound.
True.
Can you name any of the rappers that you've been looking at, or?
I mean, like I told you, that's the Hill Kid. Lee's crazy. Who else? Some artists we've been looking at, Tina? You know, he's over here a lot, so he'd be tapped in with.
Yeah, come on, someone's got to be, bro. You need a little help over this.
I mean,
side.
Day One. I really fuck with Day One.
Yeah, 100%.
This female artist is Yasmina. Is crazy R&B singer.
What's her name, sir?
Her name's Yasmina.
Yasmina.
The Larissa Lambert. She's fire.
Beast.
Yeah.
She did that joint with RD.
Yeah, the other day.
Just the other week.
Did you see
Oh,
that
really?
Triple J?
Oh, the Triple J thing. Yeah, I seen it. That was fire.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
So yeah, they're the ones I'm kind of fucking with right now.
All right, future things, bro. All right, that's it, pretty much, bro. Like, what's looking forward, personal stuff, bro? What do you got looking forward to? What do you got coming up for yourself, other than trying to break ZZ Sam out? What is it? Is it Triple Z? ZZ?
I mean, you call whatever it is ZZZ. We call him Z.
All right, Z.
Triple Z. Whatever.
Other than breaking him, for yourself, bro, what do you got coming up moving forward, bro?
Like business wise, or you talking about just
even
like
normal life, man?
Personal wise, bro.
Personal.
I mean, shit, just like I'm trying to spend more time with my family, come out here more often. I'm about to buy a house with my mom. And that's like it's like one goal I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Spend some time with your son, bro.
For
For those at home, I'm joking. He posted a photo with someone else who said was his son.
Yeah. Nah, that's my baby brother. She's
Yeah,
like 1.5, so
bro.
I want to be more involved in his life and like be while he's growing up. Remember me because I'm always overseas, so you know I have that relationship and connection. But yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Keep coming over more often? Is that the goal?
Yeah, and I want to come here like every 3 months, 4 months, and like I want to build a studio out here and really focus on like building the Australian scene, because I feel like now I'm at a point where it's like I built enough over there that I could really build a bridgeway and like close that gap and like show people over there what we have over here and just
Come
do
on,
the
that's
thing.
it. All right, bro.
Have you given
Whoa.
have you given Mumsy your plaque yet?
My plaque. That's the thing. I haven't brought it back. I'm mad as fuck, but I told him I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
a front
100%,
door
bro.
shipping. We need to.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get another one made out here? Come on, sure.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway, appreciate you coming through, bro. I know you don't get to be out here all too often. Appreciate it being your first interview. All right.
Nah, for sure.
That's it, man. All right. It's Take Flight. It's Haan. It's your boy Wings 24 Karat Kev. We out.